Today I'm giving you a quick demo of a truck management system that I developed for a client who operates both as a carrier and a broker. So this system streamlines everything. It has dispatch, settlements or pay stubs, loan statements and report, financial summary and performance tracking. So this system does not have a subscription fee. The client pay me a one-time fee to build this and they can use it forever, year over year, to support their workflow. So, you watch this and this system looks like what you need. I do offer a standard version on my website. You can purchase it and I'll leave the link in the description. And if you need a custom feature or tweak on this system, feel free to reach out to me because I do offer customization and custom builds as well. And if you need a system that built from the ground up, I can do that as well. So just reach out and I'm happy to tailor any system to your workflow. All right, so let me show you how this system works. So the first tab is the setup tab. So this is where the client would go and they would set up their driver, the truck information, trailer, phone, email address, that's associated with the truck or the driver. So the reason why you have the email address is so that system can email the PDF or the pay stub and the loan statement directly to that email that you have the user have it link or sync here. And then they can set up the load expense description and then the deduction description, and they can set up their broker information that they work with. And on the truck dispatch here, you can see on the upper left, this has a little dashboard that shows you the load count and the status of each of the book, in transit, delivered, delay, or invoice. And you see here it's pretty cool because here you can control which start date and end date you can look at. So you can look at from January to, let's say, maybe June. So you can see the status change a bit based on the two beginning and end date that you've selected. All right. So here on the bottom is where the client would enter in their schedule. So they would the load date, the load information, the broker name and truck information. So they can just select here a drop down menu, and then based on what they set up, it would automatically populate the trailer and the driver name. And then here's where they can change the load status. So the load status, they change it to delivered, it will be green. So this is an easy way for the client to be able to see quickly all of the statuses and like how many they have delivered or invoiced just based on the color, right? So it's a neat way to see it. And then they can enter an origin, destination, commodity description, and then so this client acts as a carrier broker. So basically they get a gross load revenue and then they turn around, they sell that to the truck, they sell it, they sell the load to the truck, and then they make money on the spread. So the difference between what they get and what they sell to the truck is their load spread, and that's their portion, their revenue. And then they also make 10% on the truck rate as well. And then this $600 is 10% of the 6,000 here. So the system automatically calculates it. And then they also have factoring fee, which is 1.75% of the gross load revenue. So this one automatically calculates it as well. And then they can also add in any other fees that they have, and the system automatically calculate the fees and then the gross profit before any other revenue. So here you can see the truck rate, which is 6,000, and then the truck's payout is 90% because the client get 10% of that truck rate. So you can see automatically it calculates that, and then it tells you what the truck's cut is, and then if there's any accessorial pay, the client would get 10% of that piece, and then 90% would go to the truck, and this is the total truck pay, right? And then the client can enter in any notes or comments. So in a bit, I will show you how this information will all flow to the settlement report. But let me show you the brokerage here. So this client also act as a brokerage where they have a gross rate and then they sell it to the carrier, and the difference is their profit. And all of this information, the revenue side, it will automatically flow to their financial statement. So here you can see all of their revenue that they make, their brokerage revenue, and then the truck dispatch revenue. And this yellow area is where they can input in their fixed costs and variable costs that's not related to the truck. So for example, if they have parking or rent or salary that they need to pay every month, they can input that here, right? So, and then if they have like office supplies, they can add it here as well. And then another thing they can also log is trip costs, so any cost that's directly related to the truck while driving, right? Let's say they need insurance for the truck, or repair for the truck or whatnot for that truck, then they can add it here and automatically flow to this direct trip cost here. So basically here on the financial statement, all the information on the truck dispatch, the broker, and the trip cost will automatically flow to this financial report, and then the user can input in any fixed and variable costs, and then at the end of the month they can see if they made a profit or not based on user inputs, right? And then another thing I want to show is usually in trucking there's a lot of deductions going on because of like fuel, trailer insurance, tolls. So the client can come here and they can record deductions for each of the truck or the driver. They can enter this information, and then all the information would flow to the settlement report here. So the client can select any truck they want, and then any period that they want for that truck, right? So they can select, per day, per week, any 2-week period as well, right? And then the information should auto-populate. So let me show you. So let's say we'll pick, 5 months just as an example. And you can see here, they have deductions. So these deductions come from this tab here. So this settlement report automatically pull that data over. And then this client also have a loan information, mainly because they do loan out money to some of the trucks. So we added a loan ledger so the client can record any loan principal or payment to each of these trucks. And then we also added a loan statement. So basically the customer can just add in or select any truck, and then they put in any dates, and then the information should populate here based on what is recorded. And then the client can print this out and email this to the driver or the truck as well. And that's what you see on the settlement report. It has these loan principal and payment. So basically this is for truck 126. This is how much, this is all the settlement breakdown, all the load that they carried, the deductions, and then the loan principal and payment. And then, this is the year-to-date information, and this is what they get paid for this period. This is a 5-month period, but you can select just for the week or 2-week period as well. All right. Let's see. There you go. So because in this 2-week period that I selected, there's no deductions here, and they just made this load, and they get this amount, right? But basically you can select any period you want, and the data should populate based on user inputs. The other thing I want to show you is this truck performance here. I forgot to mention is that here the client, they can see, like any month for any of the truck, how each of the trucks doing for any month that they can select here, or if they want to select, a custom range like a quarter or any week, they can do that as well. They just need to enter in the start date and end date. All right. So it's pretty cool. It shows you all the truck and which truck made the most money, which truck made the least money. The truck that made the most money will be in green, and the truck that made the least money will be in red. All right. So lastly, I want to show you the settlement automation and then the settlement archive. So basically how it works is after everything here looks good, the client selected the truck number and entered begin and end date, and everything here looks good. They can generate the report, and then after the report is sent, those information will be archived here. So the reason why I haven't added an archive here is so that for audit trail or future references. So for example, if you send something today, let's say in April, right, and 2 months down the line in June, what if the driver or the truck asks you, hey, what did you send me in April? You can come here and look like when you sent it in April, right, for which truck, how much that truck got paid, and then which email was sent to, and then you can put a note as well. So let me show you how that works. So here, just assume that everything looks good. The user checked it and everything looked good. So now they can just go and generate the PDF. So once you hit that generate the pay stub, you can come here and you can interact with this UI box here. So basically, once it pops up, it will show you how the statement will look. So as you can see, I just click on this and the PDF statement will open up. So you can see that this is the PDF and this is what the driver or the truck would get when you send the email. So there's a PDF and you can print this out as well. So if everything looks good, then you can close it out, right? And then you see this email here and the CC email, that's what's set up at the beginning. So basically the user can assign the email that to send to for the truck or the driver, and then they can also add a CC email as well. And you can also send yourself a copy as well. And here you can add any message, personal message. It will be like writing an email message. And if you want to attach something, so for example, you know, if you send a pay stub, usually there's like, if you have a fuel deduction, usually you want to add in like a PDF sample, or not PDF sample, you want to add in a PDF of the fuel statement, right? Just as a reference. So you can click on it and then you can select any PDF, JPEG, or whatever. So I'm just going to attach an example JPEG, but you can attach PDF or multiple PDFs as well. So I'll just attach it there. And then here you can put a, you know, any internal notes. So you can put included loan statements as well. So here, basically, if you're ready to send, it will send the pay stub and this attachment. And if this truck have a loan, like over here, you can click this to include loan statement, and you can select the truck number and the date, right? So I'll just do an example here, so we can see. And then once you set that up, it will also generate a loan statement based on this criteria that you've chosen. So it'll do, so you can see here, it opened up the loan statement for this truck from this period to this period that we've entered here. See, I did 1/20/2035 to 12/31/2035. So you can see it's set up exactly like the criteria I had for truck 126, and this is the loan statement, okay? And so that looks good. Then you can just hit send, and then it basically will send the pay stub, the JPEG or anything that you attach, or a PDF, and then also a loan statement. If you don't want the loan statement, you can just uncheck it, right? And if you want to send a copy yourself, you can click on this and it'll send you a copy. And then once we hit send, then it will email, it will confirm that the email has been sent, and then it will archive this data. You see, this is a confirmation that's been sent, and then it will archive this data right here. You can see it's archived. So I sent today on 4/15. And remember, we included a note, internal note, included loan statements, right? So this one, whoever you sent it will not be able to see this, but only you can see it, okay? So let me go to the email. So here on the email, you can see here, I got the statements via email. So you can see here, I click on this and it says pay statement and loan statement from Sample Company LLC, right? Because right here, we have it as a, let me see, Sample Company LLC, but you can change it to anything you want, your company name. And then here, you can see it says whatever the company is, and then it tells you what your pay statement is, and then you can see the pay stubs attached, and then the loan statement is attached, and then this is a sample JPEG. But you know, if you attach a PDF, it will also show up. Okay, so that's basically how this works, and you know, I hope this is helpful. And if you need something like this or a custom built for your business, feel free to reach out. We do customization and we do custom builds. Unique anything tweaked, or you know, a system built in Excel or Google Sheet, feel free to reach out. If you have any questions on this system, also reach out to us. I will put all the information in the description. Thank you.